I don't know if you know, but apparently an MMO just launched and I don't see anyone talking about it. I don't see anyone covering it. And there was admittedly a reason for that. I don't know if any of you remember or any of you were old enough actually to remember. God, I feel so old saying this, but there was an MMO called Rohan. I admittedly, I did play some of it, probably about 2 weeks of it. It definitely wasn't my thing. I've recorded and posted several videos of it in like the early stages of this channel's life, but apparently there is a brand new MMO that released on September 30th, like 2 days ago, called Rohan 2. Yeah, the sequel, the spiritual successor to Rohan, which is an MMO that I know some people still to this day talk about, discuss, and like. Navigating on over to the official website, you'll see there are numerous different classes. The Human, the Dawn. Oh my god, hi. My name is Mark. It is an absolute pleasure meeting you. And then we have the Half-Elf, which is apparently different to the Full Elf. She has smaller, shorter ears. And the Deku, or sorry, the Deacon. All these character models look incredible. You could very much so tell they are Korean inspired, and like all of this, it just sounds really cool. There are 5 classes. There are multiple different races. It seems as though each respective class is race locked. I don't know if they're gender locked. There are unique features such as and this is part of the issue. There also lies a hidden secret that we're going to touch on in just a minute. So there is unified account. Enjoy playing all races without restriction. So it's not like Ion where you have an Asmodean and an Ilios, but they cannot coexist on the same account. Instead, all character levels and information, everything is shared. I'm assuming that actually that is in reference to the fact that, and this is going to turn some of you away, is cross-platform compatible, but it's not cross-platform compatible in the form that like Where Winds Meet is, or Blue Protocol Star Resonance is, where there are PC games that are also compatible with mobile, but they aren't built necessarily for mobile. This game, from the images I've seen, are, well, it definitely channels a very mobile aesthetic, and you can definitely tell that when you look at one of the touted features, auto combat. Continue your adventures even after logging out. A smart auto-targeting hunting assistant is available. Now, I am of the opinion that auto combat in gacha games is perfectly fine, because there are reasons that auto combat and auto play are actually enhancing the game rather than being a direct inherent detriment to the game, because there's a lot of tedious activities that you're required to do every single day that are actually benefited by having auto available while you do other things. But I think in most MMOs that is not the case. I think instead of implementing auto features into, and I'm okay actually with auto pathing because my favorite MMO was Perfect World. For the longest time they had auto pathing, but I think instead of implementing auto into a game, you should just remove the feature that auto necessitates. So in this example, auto combat is required to like farm materials or level up, just make leveling easier, or reduce the amount of materials necessary for the activity. It's that simple, but instead they just implement auto features to make it easier for you to accomplish the activities. I just don't believe that that's the right choice, the right direction to take. Now, again, there are some instances where auto features are a benefit, like auto pathing if the world is enormous, right? I use auto pathing in WoW, where you hit a button and you auto run in a direction. The same thing in Final Fantasy XIV. I love auto pathing. Auto combat, I think, you know, that definitely would make things like dungeons, like farming dungeons and farming for mounts and stuff in games like WoW and Final Fantasy XIV exponentially easier. So, like, to an extent, I'm more okay with auto features, specific auto features in specific scenarios, but especially these days. But I still don't think that like the main core game should incorporate that. I think main quests should be doable manually only. I think like boss fights and an open world content, unless it's like a repetitious grinding, arduous grinding area, then auto should not be allowed. Time difference by server. Choose a server that matches your daily gaming routine. So basically like play in NA if you're in NA. It's a weird feature to kind of boast about. Territory boss battles. Conquer the field and become the champion. Like, just looking at this gameplay, though, like, this is not the kind of cross-platform game that looks like it's built for PC, then it just has mobile as an additive platform. Rather, it looks like a mobile MMO that just so happens to have PC cross-platform functionality to appeal to a larger demographic of players. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. An in-game economy. Enjoy the most free and realistic in-game economy. The Cron market and one-on-one private exchange system is provided. And this is where I think the issue lies. This is honestly, like, I typically, you can go through the majority of my videos. I'm not the kind of person that says, don't play this game because this game is shit. Okay? Like, I might not like a game, sure, but that doesn't mean I'm going to tell you not to play it. On the contrary, I encourage everyone to play whatever MMO they want to play. Give every MMO a try. Every gacha game, if you're a fan of gacha games, a try. If you're an RPG fan, every RPG game. Because what's the worst case scenario? You waste a little bit of time. But this right here, this is a game that I would encourage you not to play. The reason I encourage you not to play it, Nexus launches Rohan 2 Global. They've officially launched Rohan 2 Global, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, an MMORPG that is co-published with Play with Korea, expanding the cross-blockchain game platform ecosystem. The release led by Nexus CEO Henry Chang and Play with Korea CEO Hakdon Kim marks a significant step in the company's efforts to integrate blockchain technology in traditional online gaming. So this game right here exists as a low-effort, low-quality piece of crap, trashy blockchain mobile MMO. In retrospect, I can see why nobody's playing it. I can see why nobody's even talking about it. This game, like, shadow launched out of nowhere to no hype and no acclaim. But you know what? Since this is mostly targeting mobile players, let's go ahead and see how it's doing on the Play Store. I think that's going to give us the largest, well, 100,000 downloads. You're kidding. Okay, at least, at the very least. So this is the, I guess this is the Korean version. The Korean version has 100,000 downloads, which you can tell because all the text is actually in Korean. Yeah, look at that. That looks like a mobile MMO. That looks like a motherfucking mobile MMO piece of crap. That is AI art. Like, that isn't even real art. That's actually AI. Like, not only is the game trash, but they're using crappy AI art too. Now, this isn't even a good cross-platform looking MMO. Like, I've covered some cross-platform MMOs. I'm excited for some cross-platform MMOs, but this looks like a crappy mobile game. Like, genuinely, this looks like a crappy mobile game. There's absolutely no saving it. The fact it's rated 3 stars out of 5 and it just launched 2 days ago is an indicator as to the quality of the game. Even mobile gamers don't like this game. This is literally the worst MMO release of 2025. We've had some absolute bangers that would give this game a run for their money, but no, this right here, a blockchain MMO. STIX, I thought you don't cover blockchain MMOs on this channel, and I don't promote them, but it's gotten to a point where I'm like, people are actually being scammed by these games. So instead of letting people fall victim to these games thinking they are something they are not, I would rather cover them in a dedicated video and let people know, no, don't play this game. This is a shitty blockchain game. Don't support it. And trust me, you're gonna want to skip it because you are. There's no saving this game. There's no defending this game. This is a stinking pile of horse shit. Don't play it. Don't even waste your time downloading it. Wait for something else. Sword of Justice, Blue Protocol, Star Resonance, Where Winds Meet. There are much better games on the horizon. It's not that long a wait, trust me. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.